I do hope with Armored Core 6's success that it shows other gaming companies that mech games still have a place in the gaming market today. And I'd like to see other gaming companies try and make dope and unique mech games that can compete with Armored Core and give a unique experience on the mech genre with current day gaming technologies and gaming sensibilities. And I really want this now because Armored Core 6 has reminded me that it is really fun to use my mech to crush other robots. And the boss battles against these crazy big robots is fun with all the flashy moves us as the player and they as the boss can do. Plus, the challenge presented in Armored Core 6 is fun too, which comes with the territory FromSoft is known for. While playing Armored Core 6, I realized that seeing the decline of mech games in general this decade has been a really sad one because the mech game style is just a really fun genre of game to indulge in, and my favorite mech game before the decline was actually from the early 2000s. It was Custom Robos on the GameCube. I played that back in like 2002 or 2003, just a really long time ago. And I also remember playing Armored Core 4. And it was a trip for my 8-year-old self back in 2006 when it came out. And I will say as a silver lining for those people that enjoyed Armored Core 6, that even if the mech genre doesn't really ever come back, at the very least, I do feel like it will take less than 10 years for the next Armored Core game to come out because of just how popular and how well Armored Core 6 has been doing. I know for a fact it was for a short time top 50 on the Xbox's most played, and it's top 30 I believe on the Xbox's most bought, and I'm pretty sure it's doing just as good if not better on PC and PlayStation 2, and I do know we've had some mech games here and there in the past decade, but except for a few outliers, the genre as a whole has been pretty dead. Since it wasn't really the next hot thing like the Battle Royale was, or fantasy games are, or anything like that, right? But again, maybe that can change with Armored Core 6, hopefully bringing some life back into the mech style of game, like we had during the 360 and original Xbox days. And if Armored Core 6 is able to bring new life into the gaming market with maybe a resurgence with mech games, I really do hope that not every gaming company tries to copy FromSoft. Because let's be real here, there's only one company that can do FromSoft well, and that's just FromSoft themselves. So it would just be useless to try to copy the thing they do instead of just trying to make something that they would want to play instead. Because as you see with like the Souls-like genre, especially in the very beginning, the gaming companies just did not understand what made the Souls games good. And then they made these really bad clones, and it was just like, why would you play a clone if you could just play Dark Souls? Plus, I think it's just better for the gaming market in general when there's a diversity of games instead of everyone just trying to copy one source. It would be like if the FPS genre, everyone was just trying to copy Call of Duty, and then FPS games would just get really boring and no one would want to play them. But because we have diversity, like, the extraction shooters, hero shooters, the battle royales, the tactical shooters, and just all sorts of different things that are umbrellaed under the term FPS, it helps keep the genre of game fresh because there's different variations on it. And I kind of hope that's where mech games end up going, because that's how you keep genres of games alive. If mech games are able to diversify and cover a large base, then they're going to be fine. But if they don't diversify, then they're just going to go back to being irrelevant like they were in the 2010s, where people don't really want to play the games or even make them anymore. I mean, again, Armored Core had a 10-year gap between Armored Core 5, Verdict, and Armored Core 6. We don't want to see that happen again. That's terrible. Now I'd like to ask for your guys' opinion. Do you think Armored Core 6 will help jumpstart a resurgence in mech games? Or do you think this is kind of like a flash in the pan where Armored Core will be popping off, but we will see the market as a whole just kind of stagnate and things will just continue on being the way they are? And for my last question to the audience, where would you like to see mech games go in the future? They don't necessarily need to copy the Armored Core formula. There are plenty of other mech games that they can take inspiration from, Games that are even FPS games like Titanfall, right? Or Hawken or whatever it's called. Just other games that they can take inspiration from and diversify the mech game genre. Thank you for watching the video, and...
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.